What's up, everybody? How you doing today? It's Motivation Monday. On top of that, it's day 37 of our videos, and I am just feeling pumped and ready for my week. Had an awesome weekend. I hope you guys did too. Feel blessed. It's another day. We're here on this earth. Another chance to get closer to our goals, to our dreams. You guys, you should be happy every time you wake up in the morning. Who cares about all the little bull crap that goes on every day? That's normal. Bull crap's gonna happen all the time. That's just the whole thing about struggling and, finding positives and negatives. When you can do that, you just stay happy, okay? Everything happens for a reason, and it's to teach you something and to make you better, okay, you guys? Listen to this quote of the day, all right? As the physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of weak thoughts can make them strong by exercising himself in right thinking. I'm going to read it again just because it's long and a little confusing. As the physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of weak thoughts can make them strong by exercising himself in right thinking. Okay, that's from a book called As a Man Thinketh. Okay, and just think about it. When you are out of shape, what do? We go to the gym, or you buy some weights, and you do stuff at home, and you get your guns up, right? And you work on your abs, and you work on your legs when you're out of shape and when you're feeling weak, like when it gets hard to bend over and to bend your knees and to pick stuff up, we do things to help make ourselves stronger so that it's easier, okay? So if you can make your body strong, you can make your mind strong. So that's what you do by watching these videos and reading your personal development books and, listening to ebooks or audio or whatever. That's what we do this for, is so that you can also train your mind and make your mind grow and exercise your mind in the right way of thinking and positive thinking, so that your life and everything around you can start to follow. Everything starts in here, right? So our story, you guys, goes right along with this all. And it's not necessarily a story. It was actually a movie. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's kind of an oldie. It was made in 1990, but starred Tom Hanks. It's called Joe versus the Volcano, okay? I just heard about this the other day, actually, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And, I don't think I would have liked the movie, but just the story, the concept is just interesting. Just listen, you guys. Okay, so the main character, Tom Hanks, his name's Joe in the movie, and he's a factory worker, okay? He has no joy, no passion. His boss is an asshole. He doesn't have anybody to come home to. He's a hypochondriac on top of all that. There's always something wrong with him. He always feels sick. Like he's always dying, like something. Okay, he goes to the doctor all the time. Doctor runs all these tests, finds nothing ever wrong with him. And so finally, the doctor, when he visits, the doctor gets tired of him coming all the time. You're wasting his time because there's nothing wrong. So the doctor, this is funny, guys. The doctor diagnoses him with an incurable disease that he calls a brain cloud. Okay, the brain cloud doesn't have any symptoms. You don't cough, you don't sneeze, you don't throw up, you don't have blood, you don't look or feel like you're dying, but you are. Okay, this is what this doctor comes up with to tell him. So he tells Joe that he has 6 months to live. So he needs, he advises Joe, just, do what you can to enjoy your last 6 months and, live it to the fullest. Just live well, So he went to work the night, right after that. He tells his boss off, right? He quits his job. He asks this girl out that, he's always had a crush on. They go out to dinner, and then he tells her that he's dying. So she gets pissed off and she leaves. And then, the next day, he meets this big old, corporate guy, a wealthy industrialist is what they say, actually, okay? But, so this industrialist runs into Joe, and just, thinking selfishly or whatever, sees this weak man, and he grasps onto him, and he asks him, he makes him an offer, a proposition. He needs a mineral source from this island, this little tiny little island, And the people of this island have agreed to let him come mine there to get this mineral that he needs to make these superconductors for whatever he's building. You know, but in order to let him come mine there, the people of the island have a problem, and they want him to solve the problem. And what the problem is there's a volcano on their island, and these people believe that if there's a voluntary human sacrifice once every century, that it'll keep the volcano from erupting and killing everybody on their island. Okay? Well, after, centuries, people really don't want to volunteer to throw themselves into a volcano. So the people of the island tell this guy, the industrialist, that if he can find someone, to voluntarily human sacrifice themselves and jump into the volcano, that he can come and mine and get this mineral that he needs to make his superconductors, which will make him even more rich than he already is. Okay, so he sees Joe, this weak man, he makes him this offer of, you're dying anyways, so why don't you go out like a king and save a bunch of people and make your life worth meaning, and you be that person. Okay, so Joe accepts, and then the movie, does the rest. I'm not going to tell the end because I hate when people tell the endings of movies. If you want to know, go look at it. It's called Joe versus the Volcano, okay, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. And I just think that's interesting, you guys. That concept, the moral of it all is, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, okay? So stand your ground, stand for yourself, stand for your beliefs, your morals, your principles, and don't let anybody change that. I tell you every day, there's haters. There's going to be negative things thrown at you. People, the more positive you do, the more good things that are happening to you and changing in you, the more negative you're going to get. The more hate from people you're going to get. And you just got to not care. And you got to just stand your ground and know where you're headed and what your finish line is, and don't let somebody offer you a shit ton of money so that you can go enjoy your last days, but you still have to kill yourself at the end of it by jumping into a freaking volcano. No, don't be stupid. Stand your ground. Stand up for what you believe in, and and that should be yourself. You should be believing in yourself and your goals and your hopes and your dreams and where you're headed. That's the moral of this video today, you guys. Make sure that you are becoming that person of value, and you will stand your ground and do anything to protect it. And you sure as hell aren't going to accept no whack offers or believe any doubts or anything that other people have to say. You're going to be somebody who stands up for stuff. You're going to be somebody who has beliefs, who has a mind of right things and positivity, and you're not going to believe these haters, these people who can just realize you're weak, and at your weakest moment just fill your head with anything and tell you got a disease like a brain cloud and that it's all over for you. Okay, so guess what, you guys, there's no such thing as a brain cloud. So don't let anybody tell you have one. I just cured it. You don't have a brain cloud. So go out there and do what you got to do today, because you're alive. Yay! Have a great Monday.